The main big boy from this lot is the complete in box Super Mario World. What's this?
I stole it. It's a squirrel.
I've never seen a squirrel that looked like that.
Well, you ain't never seen a Washington squirrel.
You gotta go outside more often, Cooper. They're evolving.
Yep.
Who'd you steal it from?
A chipmunk.
What? You stole a squirrel from a chipmunk?
Yeah.
We stole it from Kevin.
I see that box.
Don't look at this box.
Is it a squirrel box now?
Hell yeah, it is. I was on some meme group and people post screenshots of things, and one of them was like a question from somebody, and it was like, when, and it was not satirical. It was just like, at what point do squirrels become squirrels after they've been chipmunks? They thought that squirrels were like the adult version of a chipmunk. And that's why my brain's on squirrels and chipmunks today, is because I saw that when I woke up this morning.
When I was a little kid, I asked my parents, so does chicken,
Where babies come from?
does chicken meat come from actual chickens? And they're like, yeah. And then my mom said that I thought about it for a little bit, and then I was like, so then do chips come from chipmunks? My mom loves to tell that story.
Yeah, she also loves to tell the story about how you like knocked her out with your toy truck and you just like bonked her in the face and she passed out.
Yep.
And also, Cooper...
Should have given me my milk.
Not even. Also, like a week before Cooper and his family were supposed to take, I think, Christmas photos, Cooper decided to cut his little sister's hair, and he took her bangs.
Her bangs were too long.
They were too long.
They were in her eyes.
Her bangs were like this, but then they like framed her face.
But they were in her eyes.
And they were in her eyes, and Cooper took her hair and did this, and then like cut it like right here. And
I cut on the outside of my fingers. My fingers were up against her head holding the hair. So I cut like that. And so my sister had 1-inch bangs.
And not even an inch, probably like a ½ inch.
And then the rest of her hair was long.
And then Cooper's mom put a hat on his sister for all of the family photos.
She had to wear a hat for like 6 months.
Excuse me, my son needs to use the bathroom.
Cooper. We hit 90,000.
I saw.
90,000 subscribers.
Isn't that awesome?
We're gonna hit 100K before our 40K giveaway ends. Possibly.
Maybe not.
At least by next month, probably.
We have 11 days left for the giveaway as of today. By the time this video goes up, that's 9 days. So if you guys want to enter to win that PS5, you better do it now.
The PS5 over here under the desk, and in the Mario Kart Switch.
That is the Switch we're giving away. I think I said OLED in the actual giveaway video, but yeah, this is the one that we have to give away. The reason that we decided to go with this one instead of the OLED is because we gave it away on OLED last time, and this one has a game included. Yeah. So someone can get this, get this in the mail, set it up and play something right away. Plus, it's, in my opinion, the best game on the Switch. And you get the 3-month online, so you can play online with me and Kyle when we stream.
And the PS5 also includes a game.
Yeah.
But what doesn't include a game is this PS5 we got in today. We are pricing this at $450, which is $10 less than GameStop sells their used ones for. And it's in the box. It's great condition. It's a bit dusty, I think, but we'll get it cleaned out. It just needs to be boxed up, cleaned up, and all that. But that'll be available in 15 days. Unless the person on the wish list buys it.
New game came out
on Friday, January 20th.
Fire Emblem Engage. Looks fun, right? I know you guys want to play it.
You're engaged, Cooper?
To Fire Emblem? No.
You're engaged, Cooper?
You're engaged, Cooper?
No, I'm sick, Cooper.
Luigi, #1.
And every copy of Fire Emblem is gone. Guy came in, I think he was the second to last customer. He came in, he's like, hey, I want to pick up a copy of Fire Emblem. And I was like, well, that's our last copy. So they're all gone. We're going to order some more. So sorry to anyone who wanted to buy from us day one. We are sold out, but we'll have more coming pretty soon. Fred Meyer. I'm here to get some lunch. I'm gonna get some salad. Ariel also wants a salad, and she wants a Dr. Pepper. And I'm gonna go to the deli, see if we can get some chicken for that salad.
All right, here we go. Let's start over here. All right, and I would like to remind you all, as always, that everything stacked up back here is cheaper than $15, and just because it is over here does not mean it is not a good game. It is just inexpensive. We do have some cool stuff like the Lollipop Chainsaw for the Xbox 360. The PlayStation 3 version is like twice this price, so if you have a 360, it's a good deal. Gogeta and the Warriors. V. That's the Punisher. Call of Cthulhu. Those guys. Oh, we got a red Wii in today. A bunch of Wii games. Looks like we restocked on the blue Octowing amiibos. I'm not sure if we have any others, but we do try to get those in. Grandia Memorial Soundtrack. Oh, this beautiful, two beautiful strategy guides. One is prettier than the other. I'll let y'all decide that for yourselves, though. Okay, now let's get to the good stuff. We got an 8BitDo controller. We got like this huge trade-in of PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 games, and they weren't all filler, so that was pretty exciting. Right. Ooh. These controllers are so pretty. I do hope that they do a Tears of the Kingdom Switch version. That would be nice. And I haven't talked about a game that like I have played before and enjoyed. Please play Ever Oasis. I really think it is an underrated little village game. You're this guy right here. You can also be a female. You're like a little turnip kid. But you go to this village in the middle of a desert and you help her restore it. She's like the Oasis fairy. And it was really good. It was, well, like I always say, it was easy to learn, difficult to master. I never did beat it. I got like right to the final boss, but definitely recommend, especially if you like dungeon crawlers and village resource managers. The name Im. Okay. Oh my god. I forgot about these. I wanted this game for PC so bad. Why does it look like that? Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit. Oh, is this a soundtrack? Oh no, it's a Japanese import. That's a really pretty case. Okay. Super Paper Mario, Kirby's Epic Yarn. Ooh, we can't forget these. Is that another Quest game? I did not know that they had so many, like, other Quest games other than 64. Okay, and then, last but not least, let's take a look at these PSP games that I can't read any of the titles. Anything catching your eye, guys? Maybe Brothers in Arms? Maybe one day I'll play a PSP. Oh, I guess this is last but not least. We got Game Boy Color. And this 8 terabyte is it's a big external hard drive. It's massive. It's only $100. So hey, it kind of looks like it would match like a Series X. So hey. Oh, and Blu-rays. Yay! Aren't you guys happy we don't read the title of every single game we get in anymore? Literally every single game. Can you imagine how long this would have taken? Yeah, cut to a clip where we read the titles of every single game. Times 2. Times 20, because wow. Alright, well, thanks for doing trades with us, and I love you. I'm accidentally filming again. Bye, Adam. Babies, 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 babies. Are you talking about the World of Warcraft South Park?
I am.
Okay.
I don't like that.
What? That's okay. Not everybody is mature enough to handle the humor.
I've never been a fan even when I was a kid.
But it's like so much better than all the other adult cartoons.
I like Bob's Burgers.
I never liked the animation.
That's like the whole point though.
I know, but when you're a kid, you don't like it, you don't like it. I never liked any of their voices, and I never liked the animation.
Oh, man.
That's fair.
Is that why you don't watch my streams?
No. I don't watch anybody's streams because I'm busy.
He's doing his own stream. He's streaming Mario.
The only time I watch streams is if, like, I'm already sitting at the computer and then someone starts streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I'll open it. But usually, I see that people are streaming, like, before I even leave here.
Yeah.
I'm, like, still here. And I have to go home, then I have to make dinner, and then it's like, it's too late. So sad. So in addition to today's trades, we also got all of these in. These are not into the inventory just yet. This stack of stuff here came from Spacebound Games. I bought from their website. And then that stack and all of these came from our contact in Venezuela. So we're gonna start over here. We have a bunch of Game Boy games here. Really nice stuff here. And we buy from other game stores a lot. And every now and then someone tries to say that we must be overpriced if we are buying from other game stores to sell in our store. And that's definitely not the case. The way that it works is stores have different prices based on different factors. If they are in a lower income area, sometimes they might have cheaper prices than we do here. Also, if a game store has something on their shelf that's maybe been sitting for like a year and they haven't updated the price, then it can end up being, you know, a decent price for us. We're not making a killing on this kind of stuff, but certain titles we just don't get traded in enough for the demand we have here at our store, so we have to try to kind of seek them out. Definitely that is the case with Tetris. We get asked for that game every day and we rarely have them in. And then we have all this stuff, which, like I said, came from Venezuela. Some really awesome Wii and GameCube games here. I haven't checked these yet for manuals. Obviously, when they send me the list, they specify whether they are complete or not, but I don't remember every game off the top of my head. This is also our third package from Venezuela in the past couple weeks. This is the last one that currently was on the way, so hopefully there'll be another one soon. A couple Vita games here, and some really awesome N64 games. And we also have some DS. That one did not come with the cards, which they never do. Some of these games were loose cartridges. Actually, all three of those Pokemon ones and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire were all loose copies. We had the cases to complete them. Some NES games here. Really, really nice condition copy of Zelda 2 there. And then some more handheld stuff that we did not have cases for. And then we have some boxed games. And some of these may be missing manuals. I'd have to double check, but I think for the most part, these are complete. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness obviously being the standout. That is a very expensive game, even loose. So really, really awesome to get that. But the main big boy from this lot is the complete in box Super Mario World. If you guys don't know, the original Super Mario World in the box is really, really rare and hard to find because this game was basically packed with every Super Nintendo. So not a lot of people bought the standalone game. The cartridge is cheap. We sell it for like 20 bucks, but complete in box, the black label version, because there is a player's choice as well, can go anywhere from like $600 to $1,000. So the box and manual for this, pretty much just the box, because the manual is also really common, but that is crazy. This is a really nice condition copy, and I think this is going to be a condition upgrade for my personal copy. So I'm gonna take this home tonight and compare. It's not perfect, but I don't think that mine's too bad either. So I'm gonna bring my copy back in tomorrow, and hopefully we can get this stuff in the system pretty soon.
Okay, so just put away a copy of Simpsons Hit and Run, and this reminded me when I was in high school in art class, and we were tasked with making a sculpture out of one specific material. So I decided I was gonna make a cool like sand worm, like a graboid kind of thing, out of discs. And so I took a bunch of old CDs that I didn't care about, and I smashed them with a hammer. And then I like glued it all together to like make the body. And then the head, I needed a small disc to fit. So I took my copy of Simpsons Hit and Run, and I fucking hot glued it on there.
For what system?
For Gamecube. No! And I ruined it. It came out good though. And then only then I found out afterwards that that was not the game I should have chosen. And I should have chose my copy of Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow instead.
Yeah, you should have.
No, but you needed to keep that disc.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I'll play this one.
Well, it could have been worse. It could have been Wind Waker or Go Hyperdrive.
That's true.
Cubivore.
Or Cubivore.
Cubivore.
Or Pokemon
What am I
Box.
Well, this is a really bad piece of software. I might as well destroy the disc.
But this is gonna be a great project for my high school.
Did you get a good grade at least?
Yeah, I got an A, but
Nice.
I didn't keep that sculpture.
I don't want to ask it.
Colton, question of the day. Why are video games expensive?
Well, it could be some are actually rare. It could be that games are really good, so everybody wants them. But my personal opinion is FOMO, fear of missing out, where some people are talking about a game and they're like, oh, you better start getting this game, and then everybody starts getting the game. Or when a new game comes out, all the old games like shoot up in price, like God of War. All the PS2 and PS3 God of Wars have gone up since Ragnarok came out, and they're just gonna go back down. So
They definitely will.
yeah.
I probably should have thought about it before you started recording. No, well, something that I tell people a lot is there's no other way to play certain games except for the system that they debuted on. I think of, in particular, Pokemon games. You don't get to replay those on other systems. They don't get re-released. Pokemon Emerald is Pokemon Emerald, and you get to play it on the Game Boy Advance or not at all. And, you know, there are ways to mitigate that by, like, releasing on eShop or anything like that, but we just don't see that for a lot of older titles that are, good or bad, they're rare. And, you know, maybe they sold a lot, maybe they didn't, you know, so part of it all is just accessibility and where are you gonna play it on?
Yes!
The basic, like, answer would be supply and demand. That's why anything's expensive or cheap. And that's why there are expensive and cheap games. But I think a specific, like, modern example or reason would be preservation. That's what you see with, like, Limited Run and all the limited companies. They are trying to preserve video games, being digital only to having a physical medium. You get stuff like Special Reserve just got into a little predicament because their God Robot game said it was going to have the full game on it, and then it ended up shipping with not being able to play at all unless you downloaded an update. So people got mad. Now they're providing free cartridges for people who bought it. A little bit of a tangent, but I think the excuse nowadays, at least for newer systems, is preservation.
So I think that everything that everyone else said is correct. There is sort of that fear of missing out, especially when any like big video game YouTuber talks about a game, Angry Video Game Nerd, Metal Jesus, they talk about a game and say that it's like a hidden gem or whatever, and then of course everyone that watches their videos wants to go and play that game, so everyone starts buying up the copies. The cheap ones get snatched up really quickly. The ones that are left are the ones that are overpriced, but then those ones start selling and that just becomes the new price for a while till the hype dies down. But it does sometimes have to do with actual rarity as well. A game like Stadium Events is always going to be expensive because there's not that many copies out there. But for most people, they don't care about Stadium Events. If they really want to play that game, there's a cheap alternative. But I think a big thing is just popularity. There are games that are extremely common, like all the Pokemon games for Game Boy. Like Pokemon Crystal, I think, is the one that sold the least amount of copies out of all the Game Boy ones. But it still sold millions of copies, yet it is a $100 game. And the only reason it's $100 is because everybody and their mom wants that game. Every other customer that comes through our door is looking for a Pokemon game for their Game Boy. So that creates this like spot where the price kind of sits because everybody wants the game, and yes, there's a million copies out there, it should be cheaper, but because everyone's trying to buy it and it's always popular, it keeps that price up. In particular with those games, there's the battery issue as well, so putting a new battery in helps to kind of preserve that value. But with a game like that, it doesn't matter if there's no label on the cartridge, like, it still sells no matter what. So some games are expensive just because everybody wants them, and then some games like Stadium Events are actually rare.